It's Bunny, and we all know Porter's likes to make quite an entrance, so we'll just wait for him. But while we're waiting, I wanted to tell you guys something. I'm getting married! Not my crew member. Me. Just put that out there. Crew member's a little bit not old enough to get married yet. I am marrying my lovely fiancé, Waffles. This is Waffles. We've been engaged for almost a year. We're getting married on the day we got engaged, but like a year later. Why is Porter so late? Porters! Get your butt in here! Oh dear, Porters, what have you done? Porters, sometimes you don't make very wise decisions. Ugh! Crew member! Anyways, we're continuing the 7th grade trilogy today. And I'm excited because I'm going to tell you guys more anecdotes from 7th grade. In last week's video, I told you a bit about social studies. And there's more to come about social studies. Whoa. Okay. Grey Dog is me, Poodles. Barn Dog is me, Bunny. And I cannot pronounce my R's. Let's get into 7th grade, because last time it took 20 minutes for me to talk about this. Yeah, basically, Bunny was in 7th grade, and he totally hated it because of all the homework he had. And the one who gave him the most homework was Mr. Work, or Mr. Weird. Or at least that's what we call him. Yeah, that's not his actual name. Yeah, Mr. Work or Mr. Weird. Yeah. However you want to say it. I'm sure if anyone who had this teacher watched any of these videos, they'd automatically be like, oh, I know. Or even if they went to my school, they would be like, oh, yep, I know that is. So first, every Friday, well, almost every Friday, some Fridays we didn't, but we would play this game called the green ball game. So we would have a ball. Ours wasn't even green, it was blue. But it was still called the green ball game. And at one point we used a pumpkin around like Halloween time. And then at one point we got a red ball. Yeah, fun. Okay, so I never dropped the ball. Okay, so here's how the game would work. Isn't his classroom like there's a green carpet? It's weird. Like jam-packed with pictures. Oh yeah, there's tons of posters on the walls. There's not, like, you cannot find 2 inches of wall space in that room. It's literally all kablam. He really likes, pumpkin milkshakes. Now, Bunny also likes pumpkin milkshakes, but... Okay, we don't really need to explain. The teacher would stand in front of the classroom and throw the ball. I was in the very second seat of the class. So I was in the first row, second chair. So, I was the second one to get the ball thrown to. So he would throw the ball to the first person, and then they would throw it back. And then he would throw it to the second person, and then they would throw it back. Then to the third person, they throw it back. And if you drop the ball, you have to restart. And you count up all the points. Each time you get to everyone in the class, you get a point. And at the end of class, when we're running out of time, he'll shoot the ball into a basket. And if he gets it into the basket, you get an extra 3 points. Now, I don't remember our class's maximum amount of points. I think it was like 15 or something, or like 12, maybe like 17. Is that good? Yeah. Then, I'm gonna talk about the gold rush. So we did this, like, some like fun events and stuff in this class. So this is like probably the last thing I'll tell you about some grade social studies. So we did this thing called the gold rush, where I had social studies first period. So first period, I go to social studies, and then we went, he was dressed up as somebody else. Jeremiah Carter, I believe was his name. Who the heck is that? I don't know. That's what he dressed up like, and he was like, I'm Jeremiah Carter. And then he led us around the school. As you can see, because we were in that classroom was in like the back of the school, like the way back of the school. So we went around to the front of the school, and we went outside. And then we walked all the way back around to the back of the school. I don't know why we did that.
But then we went back and we met up with another social studies class. And then at first we were like, oh my god, no, oh no, they're invaders. So then the teacher went up to the other teacher, and then they were about to like attack each other, and then they were like, hey, and they started hugging it because they were like old friends or whatever. And then we started walking over to the gold area. So we were learning about the gold rush of whatever year, I don't remember. So we went over to this like yard next to the school area place.
As you can see, Mr. Weird lives up to his name.
Yep. The whole time he had this like heavy accent. I don't even know where all this acting came from. It was really weird. Okay, so and one of my friends was in the other social studies class, so we chilled. Oh, and some people had like jobs and stuff. So there was a food stand and like a drink stand and like a tool stand and whatever. So the drink area had like Gatorades and there was like snacks and stuff. So if you found gold, everyone started with 1 piece of gold. And if you found gold, then you could buy stuff. I found 1 piece of gold. Some people found like a ton of gold. But I found 1 piece. That's great. And I think I got a drink of Gatorade. So that was fun. That was probably one of the funnest things we've done in that class. And I still have a piece of gold because at the end we went back inside.
I was actually wondering what the gold looked like. So
at the end we went back inside. Yeet.
These things are fun.
And then he was like, "Does anyone want some souvenir gold?" So this is what the gold looks like.
A little coin.
It's just a penny painted gold. At the end of the year, I started logging how much time it was taking me to do my homework. So this one was 4 hours, 7 minutes. This one was 24 minutes. Hour and 20 minutes.
Wow.
Hour 50 minutes. 2 hours. It's just how long I spent on homework, you know? Most of that was social studies, so just put that out there. Okay, so I'm moving on to English. The second period of the day. So English. So English was right across the hallway from my social studies room, so it was really easy. I would just walk across the hallway. So, you know, English was just boring. There's nothing to talk about. So I had the new teacher. She was also my homeroom teacher, so she was new. And she didn't know what she was doing, and my grade sure was something. My grade's really weird. Just putting that out there. Okay, so, English, I don't know how to describe it. I would just, like, space out, basically. But literally every day in English, it was the same exact thing. There's no exciting thing to talk about, because I would go into English, I would stare for like 20 minutes and doze off, and then she'd be like, get to work. And then I'd start working, and I had no idea what the instructions were because I forgot everything.
This is so funny.
And then
whenever Buddy talks about something like miserable or something that he shouldn't do or something that if I did, I would like cry, I always just want to stop laughing hysterically, and sometimes I do. I know.
So, and then I had no idea what we were doing, and then I'd just sit there and like, I don't know what we're doing. And I managed to make out with like an A- in the class. I always managed to have either an A or A- at the end of the quarter. And that's English. Like, literally, that's all I have to say about English. I don't think I had any friends in that class. No, I had one friend in the class, but we only sat together once. Like, we didn't get to choose where we sat. Then, Latin. Latin was third period.
Big Latin.
I took Latin. No. So Latin, I would have to go downstairs, but it was like right there when I went downstairs. Which, okay. I would go to Latin, right? Yeah, no, just go to Latin, right? No. So I go to Latin. We had a new teacher, because we always have new teachers. So, this new teacher was not the best at controlling crazy classes. And guess what we had? We had a crazy class. So
tell us the kind of kid you had, like the kind of kid you had in the class. Like tell us, like there's this one crazy kid.
There were like these 18 crazy kids. Okay, there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count like 7 crazy kids right now. They were all insane. Okay, they would like scream and shout. One kid would just come in just shouting curse words like, ah! And then they would all put this stuff down, and they would not sit in the correct seat. And then the teacher would come in and was like, that's not where you guys sit. I think you guys should switch back to your old seats. And then they would like switch or whatever. And then they would all go on their Chromebooks, start playing games like Run 3. And Slope and 2048 or Cookie Clicker or whatever.
Who knows what a Cookie Clicker is?
And we would just, and everyone would go on their Chromebooks. I would go on my Chromebook too because honestly, you know, you couldn't even hear what was going on in that class. The kids were so loud that you couldn't even hear the teacher. She was like, guys, we gotta learn this stuff. And then we would have to like translate stories and stuff like that.
The dream class, except for the fact that you actually did have to do stuff sometimes.
Okay, if we're taking a quiz or test, this is probably the best thing ever. We're taking like a quiz or test or something, someone would raise their hand and go, like, I think this is this answer, but I'm not really sure. And then the teacher would go, well, if you look at the ending of the word, then it kind of sounds more like second declension genitive or whatever. So the answer would actually be A, not C. Like, she literally would tell people the answers, which was kind of silly. Also,
teachers aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah.
She didn't take the reins. She basically told you the answers.
Yep. So,
guys, leave in the comments down below if you ever had a teacher that just wasn't good.
Okay.
Like, if you don't know anything about anything because of your teachers.
I didn't learn anything in that class.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so
just casually throwing in a tissue and saying, yeah, I didn't learn anything throughout that year of my life about that.
Yeah, well, I didn't. One time there were these kids, they were just throwing a football across the classroom. And then every time someone had to throw something away, they would be like, oh, yeet! And they would, like, throw it in the trash can from across the classroom. And I just sat there, and just, like, shrugged, and slowly backed down in my seat. And just died internally. There was this teacher who would, like, come around to the language classes and see how they were doing and stuff. And they'd usually only come, like, twice a year. For us, she came probably, like, once a week. There was an 8th grader in my class who would go to...
I thought it was 7th grade.
Yeah, it is for 7th grade, but, like, sometimes there were, like, 8th graders and stuff in there. Who would go, he would say he was going to the bathroom, and he would return, like, 20 minutes later. He would do this probably, like, every day.
How long is the period?
49 minutes. He would, like...
So basically 50.
Like, honey, what are you doing, running around the school?
Whatever.
So, then, after Latin, I would have
like
gym. So, gym, there's nothing to say about gym. Gym was just gym.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a whole separate video about gym class, so. And
yeah, I have some stories.
Because I have some stories about BFC gym.
I have some stories about.
Just the other day in gym, I was hit in the face with a volleyball, and it hurt for the next 3 periods. Gym class is great, but no, it wasn't. But we don't have time for anything else. So we'll see you later.
See you Saturday
with lunch, science, math, and cycle class coming up in part 3. We hope you enjoy.
Yeah, guys, there maybe needs to be a little thing going into season 3. We hope not, but Yeah. There is a lot of classes left. We did get rid of most of the interesting things, like Mr. Works or Mr. Weird's class.
Yep.
And English and
Latin.
Latin.
Okay.
Bleep.
Okay, well, we'll see you next Saturday.
See you Saturday. Now I'm gonna run. I got a hair appointment.